talk about some gifts in the depth here, because this is something that, I don't know, gift wise, I realized in the last holiday season I really struggled with a lot. So one of the things that we did in my family is we limited our gift purchases, and not everyone held to that at all. My sister's girlfriend definitely did not. Woman bought us all way too many things, but it was her first Christmas with our family, so I don't fault her too much for that. She was trying to make a good impression, all that. Like, okay, cool, but like, you broke the rules. And then my mom always goes a little bit topsy-turvy with gifts, and my sister also is a big gift giver. And one of the things that I've realized is that gifts for me are not a thing I enjoy. I don't like giving them, I don't like receiving them. They complicate a lot of things, and even if it's something that I really, really wanted and someone like knows me really, really well, I don't know, I feel a huge like pleasure in like me knowing like, oh, I want that thing right there, and then I saved up all this money, or I put this aside and then I acquired it and I got it, and I feel so excited when I make those types of purchases. But when I get it as a gift, it almost like takes the winds out of my sails a little bit. And so this was very interesting as I came out of the new year, and I was like, well, there's no more gifts that need to be purchased, I'll be fine, like we'll figure out stuff later. And it's funny how like, and again, these are like physical objects though, because when people buy me experiences as a gift for a birthday, a holiday, whatever else, I really, really enjoy those way, way more. I enjoy when, you know, my parents took me out for a really nice dinner for my 25th birthday at this swanky place, and that was a lot of fun. I know my sister came out for my 26th birthday out to Portland with me to travel around, and that was a ton of fun too. Like, that's what I really valued. I didn't value so much the, you know, the really expensive trinkets or, okay, fridge. I didn't really value the things that were things so much that people give me or don't give me. Whether I want them or I don't, like either or, it always comes with like this negative connotation. And that was one of the things too with moving into a new apartment, is I realized that, oh, I have so many things in like my closet and in boxes still that have been in storage for so long. It's gonna feel like, oh, I made all these new purchases. This sweater is like one of my favorite sweaters that I know has been in storage for so long, and I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to wear my burnt orange sweater. I cannot wait. So excited. So it's like kind of been like reshopping in my own closet, which is interesting. Like, I have this nice little bunch of new things that aren't actually new. I just, oh, I can see my things again because they aren't in a box somewhere. But as with every new apartment, there's always some things that you don't have or you didn't think to do that you have to purchase, and those were perfectly fine. Even if I didn't put them as exceptions, quote unquote, on my depth year, like I was like, new purchases are gonna happen to make sure that the apartment can function. Cleaning supplies, spices, you know, making sure if there's something broken, needs to be repaired, picture hangers, you know, that type of thing. I had a whole bunch of really great artwork that I've gotten from different friends and stuff, like you can see, or like conventions over the years that I've gone to, and I want to make sure I framed it all nicely and hung it up in my apartment. So I bought a bunch of frames. And then, you know, my parents were here helping me move in, and my mother wanted to help me decorate and help me buy some things and, you know, put some things together. And there were some things that I was like, okay, I definitely want this, and if you want to buy this for me instead of me doing it, then that's cool. Like, I get it. You want to feel like you're contributing to the place. So like, they bought me a really cute little electric space heater that looks like an old-fashioned fireplace. It's got like fake flames, but it actually puts out heat, so that's really nice. And it kind of goes with the style of the apartment, since this is an old building and everything, which is, you know, that was really sweet of them. And it helps too, because it is cold here and it's been snowing randomly, even though it never snows in Portland, so things like that. I also got an extra little side butcher block thing for next to my stove, since I don't have a counter space. And there are just like other small things like that where my parents are like, oh no, let us get this for you, let us get this for you, let us get this for you, because I was like, no, I want this, or no, I don't think I need that, and then they wanted to buy it as a gift. And I struggled a lot with that, because it wasn't an exorbitant amount of things, it was an exorbitant amount of money. Like, I was still fully prepared to pay for it all myself, but it did take away a little bit of the, I don't know, like, there's something, and I think this is a bit of a toxic mindset, where if anyone gives you anything, then it feels less of an accomplishment in a sense. I don't know, like the fact that they bought me certain things, I don't, for some reason, limited my joy in decorating my new apartment that I worked so hard to save all the money to move, to do all this stuff for, it felt like it was less of an accomplishment. That I think is really toxic and a little silly. Like, it's something with our culture in a sense that says you cannot ask for any type of help. If you get any sort of help, whether needed or totally accessory, you know, whether someone gives you a housewarming gift or buys you something you really need for the apartment, like, isn't it better that they bought me something that I'm really gonna need and use in my space, as opposed to something that's just decorative that, you know, I don't really need or want, you know, just kind of clutters up the space? Of course it's better that they bought me a nice little butcher block table thing that I can actually cut food on next to my stove, as opposed to having to figure out a new place to do it. Like, there's like things like that. Of course it's good that they did that, and it's just something about my mindset that has been that way for so long that, like, I've wanted to get off of their payroll, quote unquote, like been financially independent since I was 18. Like, I moved out of their house, I got into my own apartment, I took out student loans to cover all of my expenses until I finally got a little bit of a job to work on through college. And then, you know, I moved out to California. And they do things like, they've helped me move and they've helped me get stuff ready for different apartments, but so much of it has just been, no, I don't want your help financially. I feel like a spoiled little brat or something. Like, well, other people don't have this, so I can't accept this help. Then I can't feel proud of the accomplishments that I've done if I've accepted any help, period. And it's like, no, that is so toxic. That is not okay. Just because other people don't have access to certain help doesn't mean you can't take it. You should take certain opportunities if they are presented to you. You should take advantage of the things you can, and then with your advantage help out others. That's really what I should be focusing on and doing, not worrying so much about what a gift or someone else assisting me with something says about me, I guess. I don't know, because there's a lot of things where I'm like, oh, I recognize privileges when I have them, which is quite a lot and quite a few compared to, you know, the greater population of the world. There are a lot of things that I just don't have to deal with, or that if I do have a stressful situation, that I have friends and family that I can lean on, whether that be emotionally or financially, or things really came push to shove, I have a place to go. And it's good to be independent, I think. I think there is a great sense of pride, but also the idea of the amount of stress it takes off of you when you realize that, oh, I can do this myself. I can, you know, make a living, get an apartment, pay off my debt, be a functioning adult. And so, you know, even something as simple as like cooking my own damn food, or, you know, just knowing what type of screwdriver to use in a situation, such basic stuff. But a lot of times just knowing that, like, I can do something myself, like that, like I said, I think in my DIY video a while back, like, if I can do it myself, that is so useful and relieves so much of my stress, because then I don't feel so constantly reliant on others. In a lot of ways, I think it comes down to like the whims of others too, because I had to kind of put my foot down a couple times with my parents while they helped me move in, because like, I'm 26, I've lived on my own before. Like, we've already done the child went away to college and all of that thing, and like, they were awesome to let me move back in with them for a year so that I could live rent free and, you know, save up a bunch of money and pay off a bunch of debt and, like, you know, make progresses with my life in a much more efficient way than if I had to do it entirely on my own. But there are some things where like, ooh, buy this really fancy thing over here, and I'm like, I don't need the really fancy thing. If you want to buy me the thing I was already gonna buy myself, cool. But I don't need that really fancy upgrade over there that, quite honestly, I don't see a lot of use in, because you think it's nicer. And, you know, there's a couple things where they're like, but you need this, but you need this. I'm like, no, I don't need that. I don't want that. If you want to help out, great, cool, buy me that one over there that I was already going to purchase, that is already very much within my budget, that I know is going to work well. And for a little while I almost didn't put my foot down, you know, because I felt, no, like, well, if they're gonna cough up the money for it, then they do get a say. They do get a say in what type of thing is purchased. But then I realized that's what's nice about knowing that I could buy it entirely myself, that I could put the money forth, like, you know, I could say no. Because if it was that much of a, well, we can't buy you exactly what we want to buy you, then we're not buying it. If they throw that kind of hissy fit, which I don't think they ever have. Maybe once or twice in my life, I can get like, fine, pick up the item myself and go buy it with my own money. And I think it's that. It's gifts or sometimes just feel like a debt. Feels like, well, you got me a gift, now I've got to get you a gift, or like how good your gift is then means that I have to give an equivalent gift price-wise or with so much thought, and like maybe my life doesn't allow me to drop the same amount of money that you dropped on me on a present, or maybe I don't have that much time to handcraft something as elegantly as you handcrafted something for me. And the stress of buying all those gifts and making sure it's something someone wants, and whether it's the right color or the right thing, or that they don't have any other like lifestyle things, like how I think of, like, if someone bought me something that is very much against what I'm attempting to like curate in my life, I'd be like, thank you, but this is not helpful at all, and it's just here, and now this has caused me more stress because I don't know what to do with the thing, and it's not a part of my current plan, and like but I feel like I should appreciate it more because you put all this thought into giving me the thing. And you know, it just seems like gifts cause so much extra stress and debt and things. And it's not that all gifts are bad, because at first I was like, gifts are awful, we shouldn't give gifts anymore. It's like, no, baby out with the bathwater, calm down, Sam. But I think there's definitely where like gifts are not my love language. You know, if you've ever looked into that concept, I definitely like spending quality time way more in like doing events and things with people. That is way more up my alley. So yeah, I don't know, that's just kind of some thoughts I've had about gifts and depth and some of my shadows that come up with it. How do you feel, guys, about gifts? Have you noticed where, quote unquote, if someone gave you a gift, it feels a little bit like cheating? Maybe if you are in a no buyer in the depth here, do you feel the same type of like issues with the constant giving and all the stress that comes with it and all that? All that, comment down below. Anyway, I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys next time.